My name is Noah Hardcastle, and I'm a grade 9 student in Miss Watson's English class. For the past few weeks, we've been talking about poetry and stories within the First Nations culture. It was a dark and stormy night, and all we had was one single light. The animals were quiet, but the forest was not. The fire burned slowly, and the coals were red hot. A fire burns strong and quick unless it is contained, but tonight the fire burned slow and weak, for the day before it had rained. The fire was a sea of shades of yellow and red as the children drifted off to sleep in their beds. The smoke rose so effortlessly and beautifully and free, to show the world how easy it could be. Fire and freedom go hand in hand, up the hills and through the land. In the First Nations communities, they have many different symbols to represent meanings of their culture. I chose fire and smoke to represent freedom that they had before the residential schools. In line 8, I have a hyperbole that shows the exaggeration of the colors and shades within a fire. In line 10, I have a consonance that just shows how easy a fire can flame. I ask myself sometimes why we have culture. Culture isn't just rules we follow, it's something that defines you, something that shows the world who you are. Your culture is like your nation, your people. The spices you put in your dishes, the art you put on a piece of paper, the beliefs you have in your head. Every culture is distinct as a human fingerprint because every person is different. Be proud of your culture and be proud of yourself because you can only be you. Culture is very important to know. It will help people understand who you are and will help you remember who you are. In line 5 and in line 9, I had a simile. Love. To love is to feel is to have meaning, unconditional. Wisdom. Wisdom is power, dangerous, courageous, gracious. We use it like fire. In line 2 of my second haiku, I have an assonance. For the land is wild and the land is free, with a big dense blanket of protection made out of trees. The forest holds different plants and animals. The ocean is filled with coral gardens and fish. The sky has a great big sun and birds flying under it. So you ask me, are we alone? In the land of wild and free, in its forest, under its skies and over its seas, with its almighty power and greatness, has people like you and people like me. To the First Nation cultures and communities, nature played a big part in the beliefs and the laws they followed. Within this poem, I have a rhyming scheme of A, B, A, B. The river. Strong flow filled with fish, crashing, lashing, and fish catching, fresh with minerals. In line 2 of this haiku, I have an assonance.